Before I get into how I lost the weight, I just want to say that I've always been a super petite person. I'm 5'2" on a good day. What is a natural weight for me is not necessarily a natural weight for you. I'm also not talking numbers because I haven't actually stepped on a scale since my 6-week postpartum checkup with my doctor. And the reason for that is because we don't do scales in our house, not for any particular reason. We're not like super funny about it, but at the same time, I also see no purpose in having them because the only goal I have in life as far as my weight is concerned and my physique is concerned is how I'm feeling. If I'm feeling good, if I'm feeling strong, if I'm feeling confident, then that's what matters most to me, not what the number on the scale says. So I'm assuming that I've lost the pregnancy weight simply because I look and feel myself again. I don't know how accurate that is, but it's what I'm doing, and it's honestly what I recommend you guys doing too, because my first tip when it comes to losing weight is disregard what the pre-pregnancy body that you're striving to get towards or get back to is or was. You're a different person now than you were before you had a baby. That's just what it is. You'll never be that person again, and that is something that you should feel so good about. It's something that I feel amazing about. I love mom me more than I ever loved non-mom me, and that's because I have a greater purpose in life than I ever had before. It's this little baby girl. Making sure that I'm just the best mom I can be for her is my top priority, not vanity. I now understand how amazing it is what our bodies can do, and that's what bodies are for, not to just look good all the time. There's power in that. Own that power and disregard that pre-pregnancy body that you kind of have in your head. I actually think I look and I definitely feel better than I ever have before, but I don't fit into any of my old jeans. Like some clothes, of course, I fit into because I'm a fan of like baggy t-shirts and stretchy pants and all of that kind of stuff, so I didn't have to like clear out my whole wardrobe. But what I actually did last week, I'm 9 months postpartum now, so I felt like it was a good time to kind of cleanse myself of my pre-pregnancy jeans. I had this little wall of jeans hanging up in my closet as a reminder to myself that, you know, this is who I was before and this is what I'm striving to get back to and whatever. And I was like, you know what? No. I'm not striving to get back to that old girl. I am who I am now, and I'm a-okay with that, and I am no longer the jean size that I was before I had a baby, and I am not going to have that physical reminder as a negative reminder. I think it's a positive thing, and so I'm gonna take a positive step forward, and that means I am getting rid of all of my pre-pregnancy jeans that I no longer fit into because I have embraced and feel empowered by the fact that I'm probably never gonna fit into those jeans again. And that's okay, because new mom me says so. That's everything that's getting donated to Goodwill this week. Now let's talk about the weight itself. So I put on about 40 pounds during my pregnancy. And again, like I said, I've always been petite. I'm 5'2", so 40 pounds is a lot of weight. It's the most I've ever weighed in my life, and I could definitely see it, not just obviously on my body. My tummy was pretty huge, but there was a person inside there. But in my face completely changed shape. My lips got all swollen, which I didn't mind, but I definitely did not recognize myself anymore when I looked in the mirror. And I assure you, if you are in that boat right now and you're expecting, don't worry, your jawline will come back, okay? When you see swelling like that in your face, a lot of the times what that is water weight, and that water weight will fall off pretty immediately. For me, it did anyway. By the time I went for my 2-week postpartum checkup with my doctor, I had lost 20 pounds of just sheer water weight, and I wasn't doing anything other than not sleeping and changing lots of diapers. So I don't know how I did it, but I think it was, again, just my body getting rid of obviously the baby and the placenta, and then, you know, whatever water weight I was carrying. That last 20 pounds is where the work really comes in. Because my baby was colicky, which I've talked about before on my channel, if you're going through it, please know that you are not alone. I know how hard that is. You are not alone. There are other women going through it, and there is light at the end of the tunnel. While my baby was super colicky, I realized that I needed to alter my diet in order to help with her colic because I was strictly breastfeeding in the beginning. breastfeeding. So I changed my diet to remove any common allergens. Some of those common allergens probably played to my benefit as far as the weight loss was concerned. I had to go gluten-free, dairy-free, and soy-free, as well as egg-free, nut-free, gassy vegetable-free, lots of other free things in that diet. But I think the most important things that started to make me feel better is gluten and dairy. Removing those two things from my diet made me feel so much better. I had better energy, I was less lethargic. When I finished a meal, I didn't have that like, ugh, I need to go lie down feeling anymore that I used to get quite a lot because I don't know when to stop. I've actually chosen to maintain a gluten and dairy-free diet even after I stopped breastfeeding for my own health benefits. With any weight loss of any kind at any time in your life, diet is such a huge component. So obviously, eat right. It's not that hard nowadays. There's so many healthy options out there. There's so many healthy recipes that are accessible with just a few clicks of the button on the computer. So it's not that hard to eat healthy. You just have to commit to a change of lifestyle. I don't like diets. I don't think that there's any longevity in that. And if there's no longevity, then whatever weight you do lose when you're on a diet is gonna come back. I promise. Now that does not mean that I like deprive myself of delicious things. I actually can't do that. I do not have the willpower for that. You have to treat yourself, and I think treating yourself is actually an important part of weight loss in the long term, because if you're depriving yourself and you're like hungry and not satisfied by what you're eating all of the time, then again, there's no longevity in that. You're gonna get fed up and you're gonna go back to old habits, and when you go back to those old habits, you're probably gonna go back harder than ever before. Ultimately, I think food is one of life's greatest pleasures, so I definitely think it's important to enjoy what you are putting into your body, as well as making sure that what you're putting into your body is good for you. Now let's get to the workout, because of course, while diet is very important, obviously working out is super important too. I had always relied on group classes to work out. I really needed that group motivation, that atmosphere, but as a new mom, I wasn't gonna have time to just go out to a spin class or a yoga class or a bar class whenever I wanted to. So I needed to find an alternative to getting on top of a workout regimen and the comfort of my own home. And the way that I did that was through the BBG app. Basically what the Sweat app does is it gives you 3 resistance training sessions per week. It's a 28-minute workout with 1-minute rest in between each 7-minute interval. It's high intensity interval training. It's a great way to lose weight and tone up at the same time, because you're getting cardio because you're doing so much within that 7-minute window. And there is a lot of jumping. There's a lot of burpees. That helps you get your heart rate up, burn those calories, but also strengthen big time and tone. This video is not sponsored by BBG or the Sweat app or anything like that. While baby's napping, you can bang it out. Or if you're like me, in the beginning, when my daughter was still sleeping a little bit later into the day, I actually would wake up at about 5 o'clock and just bang out my workout at the very beginning of the day so I could get it over with. And I actually really liked doing that. For new moms who are postpartum, they actually have a postpartum program that you can do first to kind of ease your way back into working out. I decided to go straight into the regular BBG program only because I waited so long after I gave birth to start working out, because I just wasn't feeling up to it, to be honest. I was so tired, and because I had a C-section, I know you're allowed to work out technically after 6 weeks if you get the thumbs up from your doctor, and I had, but I just did not feel good about it. So I gave myself more time. I think I actually waited 3 months maybe. Commitment to your workouts is the most important part of working out. I can tell you, oh, if you do this many squats and this many sit-ups and this many burpees, it's gonna give you results. Of course it is, but only if you keep it up. And I've never been committed to a workout before in my life. But I think as a mother, you are faced with the reality that you have no choice. You have to get up. When that baby's crying, you need to be there. If she's hungry, you need to feed her. If she's, upset, you need to console her. If she's awake, you need to be up with her. You can't sleep. And being held accountable for that kind of responsibility has made me be so much more accountable for getting my workouts in than ever before. I don't do excuses anymore. I don't give myself an option. If I'm tired, if I'm not feeling up for it or whatever, I probably would have written off my workouts in the past, but this go around, I am not doing that. These workouts have absolutely kicked my ass, and they continue to kick my ass, and I think that is why I'm seeing the results that I'm seeing. I am doing it not just for me, but for her as well, and again, that kind of is just extra motivation to keep it up, keep going, and get get stronger by the day. If you're curious, I will put a link down below to where you can get the Sweat app and do the BBG workouts yourself. I hope you found this video helpful. I wish you the best of luck on your postpartum body journey. I know that you got this, mamas, and I will see you in my next video.